Hey, morning, Daniel. Hey, morning, Daniel. Echo.
JC Penney shares continue to spike. They're up 37% at the high, 27 cents now on JC Penney.
Okay. Hey, Lindsay. Good morning. Okay. So it's Friday, and generally Fridays are a little bit slower. Hold on one sec, guys. I need to put Jeremy's website on the description. Okay. JC Penney's. Yeah, I heard that on Benzinga, Daniel. I can't believe they're still around. 4 years ago, JC Penney's was going bankrupt. Oh, it's a penny stock. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty much dead. So I caught, before I got on, I was in Lima Alpha Bravo Delta, LABD. That one was, that one was kind of predictable, but it's an ETF, isn't it? So this is what it did right here on fives. See that? Went down, volume started spiking, created a rejection, and kept going up. Here's it on ones. Ones is kind of predictable as well. This volume spike right here, and it just kept climbing up. I kind of, you know me, I got out at 520. Well, actually a little bit more than 520, 521. And the volume stayed low, more or less, so I wasn't worried much. But it looks like the volume really died down. It's probably going to stay, or now it starts, just going to go blow with the wind. What day is it today? Today's Friday. I forgot to change the title as well. You think after doing this for years you still be able to, but not me. I'm special.
CASH. Medicash has regained its partnership with H&R Block. That was an 8K filing being circulated by traders now. That's CASH.
Okay.
JCPenney, 31 cents, continue to spike here now. CASH, Meta Financial,
Good morning,
shares
Augustine.
up near the highs now, 15.97, up 12% again. AK
Hey, morning,
filing,
Carnan.
earlier the company announced it was
Nah?
regaining its partnership with H&R Block.
Good morning, cousin.
H&R Block had previously canceled the partnership
found
in
me.
2017. Now, shares moving higher, hit a high of 16.13, now
Morning, Pablo.
15.79, up 11% for CASH, Charlie Alpha Sandy Hotel.
PAS. Daniel.
Larry Kudlow tells reporters no coronavirus relief package should go through without some form of liability protection.
That's fun. I have family from my in-laws' side finding me. I'm starting to have friends find me too, and now it's getting a little embarrassing. Any of you guys had shares for SRNE this morning? That thing was that thing looked like a lot of fun. SNES is showing a signal for reversal right here. I don't know if I have shares for that. No, it's not tradable on TradeNet. It looks tricky right now, doesn't it? How it has a rejection candle here, and it's still coming down a bit. What's the daily look like? Oh, it's having a bad day. Yeah. So it's at 150. That's a good number. And it's passed up this candle, 162. Well, what a bad day. Look at all that volume, and it's still in the morning time. Okay, moving on. What did you guys trade this morning on Discord? ACB, yeah, ACB was a good one. I think that was cannabis, right? A little difficult to anticipate the reversal. I really thought it was going to break out, at least touch 10, but it didn't. This is what I'm talking about here. It just kept going, and then I thought I was going to reset and then try to hit 10. Well, it's still early, so maybe it will, but it really went down quite a bit already today. So this is what it looks like right now. So went up to here. Gap close.
Kudlow tells reporters U.S. and China still working on trade.
Chesapeake Energy. I'm loving this new thing you guys taught me about checking if it's tradable or not. It's not tradable. That's right. Carnan told me that a while back.
Kodo tells reporters the trade deal is continuing.
CN was a tricky one, wasn't it? That showed up on the scanners. If you guys haven't gotten it already, Trade Ideas has that 2-week test drive for you guys to try out. I had somebody email me. He created a scanner that has charts, and you know how I like to see things. I'm a picture book kind of guy, and it's called Momo Trader. If you guys heard of it, it's relatively new. He asked me to be an affiliate, so of course I need to try it out, but I couldn't get it to work on my old laptop, so I'm gonna try again. I don't put anything new on my trading platform because, you know, viruses and all. So I'll try again on a newer laptop, and then I'll let you guys know what I think. And yeah, this weekend I'll create a video about the Thinkorswim scanner parameters.
Kodo tells reporters the SEC and PCAOB have been
Hey, morning, Dale.
warning investors for quite some time about lack of transparency in Chinese financial statements.
Yesterday was pretty busy, Dale. I looked back and you had a few questions I just kind of didn't answer because it just kind of got lost in the clutter. So if I don't answer, I apologize. Just keep typing it, and then maybe I'll see it. Sienna's, you know, one of those curl
Kodo
downs.
tells reporters
I'm
will
not
have more
gonna
to say about lack
bother
of
with that.
transparency in the future.
But
CODX.
CODX is diving pretty good, and it's tradable on TradeNet. Look at that. Look at the volume on the push down. That's some nice volume ramp right there. See that, guys? I think there's a little bit of a spread though. 7-cent spread. No, I haven't, but then again, I really haven't experimented with it very much. Basically, he showed me what parameters to set. You know, I don't think that he can send me a file like I can with Trade Ideas. So I'll look and I'll mess around with it some more. I don't think Thinkorswim talks to you either. And I like my side chick talking to me, but of course it's free, right? I mean, if you have the Thinkorswim, I've got to focus on CODX right now. Charlie Oscar Delta X-ray. There's volume here is 20 cents right now. Each candle is pretty steep. Each candle is yeah, pretty steep. It's still going down. Gotta be patient on this one. Don't want to get tricked in.
CODX.
There's like 25 cents per previous candle. Haven't checked the daily yet. Oh, so it's basically resetting itself from a really strong move a few days ago. Right? So it's went down to this floor. Gotta be careful. I may want to pass up that floor it's going right now. So I'm gonna try some here. Yeah, there's a gap. Definitely not the bottom for today. Just grabbing a little bit here. Setting stop at low. Whoop. Better set that stop fast. $17.59. Sitting at 17.57. That was scary, huh? Just let it run and see what happens. Okay, so it's all the way down here, right? 5-minute 9 EMA is 1862. Definitely not aiming for that. Possibly here at 1837. See this little resistance area on the post market. But first it needs to go. There you go. Now it's going. SPY's not helping us, and yet it's still going up. So that's a good sign, right? The wind's blowing down, and yet it's still going up. Let's see how long it can hold its conviction. And how long I can hold my breath. So 2-minute 9 EMA is 18:15 now. It's a little bit choppy here.
CHK, Chesapeake Energy shares halted at the highs, $10.77. Charlie Hotel Kilo, CHK. Chesapeake, 1077, the high, 23.5% now on Chesapeake Energy.
So I'm gonna let this ride a bit. It looks, well, it's in the middle of the road right now, but I'm out of coffee, and this is roughly what I do. I mean, if it's gonna be like this, then you're just gonna have to let it ride and set the stop. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I just got out of it at 65. No, not 65. At I can't see it on the trade net. Basically, when I saw the last candle turn red, so probably like 1803, 1806. So I had a 16-cent move there. But 1 second, guys. I'm gonna feed the cat.
DFFN.
Come on. No. Okay. Augustine says, Albert, do you see CODX as a setup or a B setup? It's I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was an A setup. But it's an A setup for a short run. There's no reason why it wouldn't go. Okay, so good question. Let me just do a quick breakdown. So on the daily here, it went down to this area right here. This down to here. So this really strong bullish candle, and it went down to here basically, shy by a little bit. Let's see. The open was 1756, and the low of this one was 1759. So off by 3 cents. It's obviously not done, right? And then the 15 right here, it had the ramp in volume, so I knew it was getting somewhere. And the 5s, it was a ramp. And then you see a rejection wick right there on the 5s. And then on the 1s, same thing. A lot of volume. Not as much as the morning, but That's typical. And look, damn it, I kind of missed out on a really strong run, another 20-cent run. But I mean, it's there. The only issue is I would like it to have gone further down. You can see sometimes you'll see stocks charting that is completely clean on ones. You know, so in this one it wasn't clean on ones. It was only clean on fives here, and it wasn't even clean there. So, but the thing was, it had a lot of volume, and volume is like is always going to tell you that there's some kind of resistance somewhere. Um, Volume tells you that a lot of people are interested for some reason in trading this thing. So either they want it to go down or go up, and if it's fully extended, and like this one, then you know it's going to be reversed. It just the main, and Daniel says A minus, probably most likely because it doesn't look like it's done yet, right? It may come down again, but it was definitely there, right? It was definitely noticeable. Daniel, don't say stuff like that. You don't like the daily. A lot of room to move down. Just keep it to yourself, man. I know you're not trying to jinx me or anything, but don't say those things when I'm in a trade. Or was that before my trade? I don't know. But I totally understand you're saying your opinion, but it flusters me. I know it's kind of like, am I seeing something wrong here? What? And you're right, it will probably go down, but the volume is there, right? You can't deny that. It was before you got in? Okay. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. I don't blame you to be scared. It doesn't look right in a lot of ways. Okay. Bobby Invest is commenting on Wix. Yeah, what Wix looks like is fading. I'm kind of worried about it being 36 cents away from 200. So I can't hear me? Oh. Yeah, sometimes some people may have issues with the settings, or I know a personal friend of mine is having issues with the Discord, but he has like really slow internet. So that's why the YouTube thing is always good. Augustine, yes, the volume is king when it comes to the volume and the shape.
CHK Chesapeake
both those.
vaulted again at $11.20 at the high.
Wix?
Charlie Hotel Kilo.
Yeah, I'm looking at Wix on my platform. What's up with it? Am I missing? Oh, it's yeah. It went pretty crazy. It went all the way down $8, and then it went all the way up $10. So you're saying that, oh, so your conviction is based on Daniel's saying that that him is making the same move and is starting to fade now. Yeah, it may be topped out, right? But the one thing that worries me is 200 is just 26 cents away. Well, now it's 50 something cents away. It's fading now. What's SPY doing? Oh, yeah, SPY is definitely helping here. SPY is starting to do a little dump. Thanks for the confirmation, Luke. Yeah, I think some people may not have the settings on correctly, or it's all good. I don't mind, you know, publicizing Jeremy's page and talking on YouTube. And you can see me on YouTube, so if you like to see what I'm seeing. Well, not see what I see, but you know what I'm doing. And I definitely right now, if I listen to myself, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I definitely 6-second delay for me. But then there's Daniel in Canada that probably has like less. Daniel, can you confirm the delay, the lag? Yeah, you're probably right, Daniel. Wix does look like it's fading. I'm just not, I don't have good luck with fades. That's the issue. Fades bring my success rate a little bit lower. But it's always nice to see one that just keeps going and doesn't like try to give you a heart attack by a spike. Oh, you're in now? Small share size? Nice. Yeah.
TSM.
I definitely don't mind going small on. The last one you saw me do on the stream was
S&P
Zoom,
futures,
and that one didn't work out well.
28, 22,
Looks like it's going well for
75.
you now, for sure. Where did my SPY chart go? There it is. Yeah, SPY is really helping you here, man. So that's good. Why is SPY moving like this? Let's take a deeper look at this. Okay. Well, it kind of shot through the VWAP. It's almost dojing. Hopefully it doesn't go red. Well, I mean, for your sake, I hope it goes red. Daniel. TSM. Tango Sierra, Mike. Kind of in an interesting place right here, down to these two, this wick body. It's moving already. 1 cent spread.
CHK.
Not much range,
again,
but it's pretty farther for
60 the high now on Chesapeake.
What are words? It's extended. Good 35 cents. This is interesting, guys. I like the volume there. But gotta know why it's going down like that. What is this? Semiconductors. Taiwan. Taiwan's not China. So there's that. You guys know I don't like China stocks. Maybe Baba's fine. Oh, thanks, Augustine. Yeah, when I look at my old videos about double downing or averaging down,
GNC
I scare myself.
Here on some volume, Dolph November Charlie.
I don't really do that anymore. But I do still average in, and it starts getting heavier. Sometimes they end up being a curl, and you know I have to speed it up. 45 minutes later, I'm in the green by a lot. I don't have that kind of patience anymore. So I'm always looking for that parabolic move so it can kind of put me in a positive place when I enter, if I enter in time.
22% for BXRX.
No, your English is fine. I totally understand. Just when you look at my
CHK,
old
Chesapeake
videos, just be
again,
sure that you put it,
halted
take it as a
at
grain
the
of
highs,
salt, because you won't see me trade like that much anymore. Back then,
circuit breaker.
I would have, and I mentioned in
Shares
my
up
old videos
39%
that I
on
had
Chesapeake Energy.
those 10% days, those 1 out of 10 days, is
Increasing volume
it's
coming
generally
into
pretty heavy,
CHK.
a heavy red,
Now halted
heavy
again.
red day. But nowadays I don't have that because I don't average down. But it's also more difficult to get some huge green days. Okay, now TSM's looking like poop because it kind of didn't go there. Hey,
TSM.
happy Friday, Simon. Yang's probably laughing about the China comment. Yang, I also
FMS
noticed I missed out on a lot of
Fresenius.
your questions yesterday. I just
Fed
kind of got
says
lost in the
production has
clutter.
normalized in China,
You asked
and the US
how
will
old
be
I
out
am.
for
I'm
past the worst.
42.
That being reported by FAZ.
How do you know when to cut the losers when you average down? I cut the losers as I keep flipping through the daily to find the trend line, and then make sure I have the next trend line to know where to average down to, and then I'll look at the 15s to make sure 15 5s and 1s to make sure there's still a ramp, and if there isn't a ramp, then it's almost a revenge trade for sure. So you'll notice that. And when it comes down to those double downs 4 years ago on my 2-month vlog, a lot of them weren't parabolic anymore and didn't have the ramp. It was just me hoping that the wind blows it back up, or the opposite direction. So I don't really know if I suggest it anymore, but it does work. And that's the whole idea, that you
TSM.
can possibly make it back. Asian no raisin. Asian no raisin. Yeah. I don't know. I'm luckily the picture of me is nice and small, so you can't see my grays. You can probably see them on the side of my face though. I got white hair all over the place now. Yeah, Taiwan all the way. Wix worked for you, Daniel? Awesome. Yeah, nice dive down. I like that one.
ADI.
I like how it just dipped down right there. That's awesome. I love those moves. ADI. What, TSM is still on the scanner? I mean, still in interest. ADI, analog device, is going down to a
TSM.
certain... I think I'm going to keep my eye on TSM because it's cheaper,
VHC.
and there's only a 1 cent spread. There's a lot of volume coming in right now on TSM. Right here, you guys can see that extra volume. Well, I mean, it's ruined by this candle right here, but there, boom. So it ramped, and then it got reset, and is ramping again. So it definitely did a fake out on 1s there. That's when sometimes I'll start looking at the 2s, because it except for here,
ADI.
it may be there, but you wouldn't have gone in there anyways. It looks cleaner on the 2s candles, on the 2-minute time frame. Is that a spike right there? No, it's just TradeNet being silly. It is passing up on 1s, and there is volume. This is a B plus setup. It's going. What does it look like on 2s? Hasn't really. 96. It needs to go to 96. Okay. rejection. So it touched 96 and it's going down again. This is where patience comes
ADI,
into play.
TSM,
CHK, Chesapeake shares resumed trading, 1244 the high, now at 1216. That's CHK up 41%. Charlie Hotel Kilo.
Hey, Ghost. How's crude? Like crude oil? I don't know. Haven't heard any news today about crude. VHC. Why is that even in my scanner? Oh, it's just a volume spike. Okay, ADI is looking better now. That's just,
Chesapeake shares now halted on the way down at 1160 after hitting a high of $12.44.
BHC,
ADI right here.
SRNA, Sorrento Therapeutics, out with a press release.
ADI is kind of at an interesting place.
Says STI 1499, a potent anti-SARS-CoV-2 antibody.
Can't really see the volume, but you see it
completely
here.
in vitro
This is the
virus
2-minute
infection.
chart, by the way.
Studies has demonstrated
And the good thing about ADI is
experiments,
ADI has not been
100%
faked out
inhibition of
on ones.
SARS-CoV-2 virus infection of healthy cells after 4 days incubation. Specific binding to S1 subunit of the
So,
SARS-CoV.
Previous green candle was at
spike
20
protein
cents.
and complete blockade
This one has
of
like a
its
7-cent
interaction
spread, so you
with
gotta
the
be
receptor.
careful. $100.
That's from Sorrento.
Does it have a ramp on 5s? It does. It has a ramp on 5s. And not much of a ramp on 15s, but it's okay. Okay.
Shares of Sorrento pulling back from the highs now, 439.
Looks like it's going here. I'm in a little bit. Because I know SPY is going down. But now it's getting a little choppy on SPY, right? It's starting to come up and down, almost hitting. So, not entirely sure what it's going to do. So, tight stop. Low is 109. I'm going to set it there, but definitely may just get out a little early. This looks like it's going now, doesn't it? Yeah, it's going now. Good. Kind of worried there. So here's the 5s. A lot of elasticity. 5s right here at 170. Okay, that's not good. You guys see that volume coming in? That's like a rejection volume there. See that? And SPY's green, and this one is struggling now. So, gotta hold on to your pants. 100. I'm gonna do something I generally don't do,
NK,
because this one doesn't seem to do fake outs much, right? So I'm gonna set my stop at like 110 instead of 107. And that may be a big mistake because of the spreads on this thing, and TradeNet likes to get you out early. But it's going down as SPY is going up, so that's really not a good sign. So I think Julian asked me this yesterday about the stops. And I told him I generally put my stops at the farthest. But in this case, I'm also looking at the SPY. And SPY is not helping. Now SPY is red, and this thing's moving down pretty quick. Let's just see if it can hold itself. And I may be making a big mistake changing my stop. But it's whatever. a lot of volume down here. So now this is kind of making me question my stop. It's struggling to go down as there's a lot of volume down here. Oh, I guess stopped out, I guess stopped out. Luke, I'll send you my my stop loss chart if you like. He's asking about position, size positioning. Okay, SPY is green right now, pushing up. Let's see if this pushes up.
CHK, Chesapeake Energy shares open again. Now at $11.07.
Let's see how easily
Now
this
falling
gets
below
pushed
$11
up.
here, continuing to drop after hitting a high of $12.44.
Not easy at all. Okay, it's going to be one of those. Simon asked, can you explain about the volume? Happened and the stock did not move higher is not good. Well, at this green candle right here, this huge amount of volume suggests a reversal. Once I see once I get in based on high volume, and preferably a volume spike, right? But this one was kind of fading as the volume was very high in the beginning, and then it kind of faded and it went. So sometimes that's still okay, but in this case, this volume right here suggests that there's a lot of resistance. A lot of people are interested in this area, and either it's going to move up or it's going to not move much at all. In this case, it didn't move much at all, and it had all that volume. So that's generally not a good sign. A high amount of volume generally means that there's a lot of interest in that area, and because we were countering, I want to keep that volume low, just stay under the radar, so everybody just kind of lets it climb or lets it dive, depending which way I wanted it. Yeah, I do trade ETFs sometimes, not all the time. I traded LABD. That was a ETF, I think. But generally I try to avoid those. There we go. Now it's kind of saving my butt here. But you know, the longer it goes sideways, the less elasticity. And we still haven't triggered on fives yet. We made a doji here, and so that's not bad. It needs to pass 1041. There we go. We passed 1041. Now I'm in the green, kinda, but I'm still not comfortable. So 73 cents possibly if it goes. But now I'm not liking this stock very much, you know. So I'm just gonna let it ride. I just upgraded my my webcam. It's actually a mirrorless Sony A5100 with a pretty expensive lens. I used to use this camera for vlogging, but that thing overheated all the time, so I decided to.
GNW, Genworth.
I'm gonna get out of this soon. I'm out. I'm out because of the volume, guys. Now don't get spooked, because I generally get out early. I was a little bit heavy on that one, so I'm hard. This is what I see. See that volume? Another freaking volume spike for a move up, and that's not good. You generally want the volume to stay low. A good example was what I was showing you earlier of LABD. So it's still moving up. That's good. But I'm just happy that I'm green. I don't want to deal with that crap. So here's an idea of what Daniel calls an A minus. You sound like an Asian tiger mom. Okay, so here's the volume spike. I entered here at the low,
PT1 Peloton seeing some
and
activity.
it starts moving up, right? But the good thing is the volume stayed low.
Bid on Peloton PT1.
The volume stayed much lower
Peloton
than
shares continue to make new highs. PTON
the execution candle.
hit a high of 47.97.
So ideally, I just want it to fade. And generally speaking, when the volume fades, the direction stays in one direction, and it doesn't seem to want to change its direction. See how as it fades, it just kept going. In this case, in my favor, but of course I got out right here, and which is fine, you know. But once see this volume spike, and this is not a very good example, but this volume spike creating this kind of candle, and it starts moving downwards. So a lot of times, depending if it's a fake volume bar, fake as in there was just one big fat finger, only one person decided to throw in thousands and thousands of shares, 100,000 shares, or it's just everybody in general. That's where the time and sales come into play. If you see the time and sales start streaming with that volume, then you know that it's time to go. Hey, how's it going, Lou?
DBAX.
Wix is above 200. Oh, finally hit that 200 mark, huh? So now it's actually going to look better for you if you want to do that. Do another one of your fades. So from the looks of it, YouTube's lag is minimal. Who was I answering? Simon. Oh, okay. Which crappy stock was I in earlier? Oh, ADI. Okay, so here's again with the volume stuff. See how the volume started ramping here, and then it reverses right here. I know it's not exactly the easiest chart to read. Here we go. So you see that huge volume, and that's basically everybody stepping on their brakes, and that's another counter right here. A counter that's
my side's getting a pop here. Michael Yankee Sandy
towards
Zulu,
the trend, basically.
company CEO to appear on Newsmax TV show today. That's
Wix.
Michael Yankee Sandy Zulu getting a pop on that, being circulated now.
Gosh, I'm hungry today. Let me see if Luke asks. Yeah, see, some people are having issues with the Discord, but if you have issues with Discord, you can just go on YouTube. So let me just. But if you guys can, if you're not part of the community, you should try out the Discord app. You don't have to download the app. You could just go onto in the description, newbietrading.com, and just click on the chat room, and then you can get in. And there's no fees or anything. You just get in, and it's based on the chat room Discord, and I'm streaming there. It's real time, and you don't get to see my face, which is fine by me. And there's other people. There's a lot of other people that are talking about some interesting trade ideas. 11:15. Anton saying Wix para again?
The total confirmed coronavirus cases rise to 73,818 from
CODX?
72,536 on May 14th. 5,500 deaths, up from 5,337. That's from Canada.
7 minutes ago. Yeah, it's not quite
Canada's
parabolic, and you
government
see how it's still
wage
moving down, but
subsidy
that
program
volume
ran
is
over 3 months
very
will be
interesting
in full
though.
effect from Prime Minister
So,
Trudeau.
you know, traders like me love to see something have a lot of volume. It makes us wonder what's going on. So, yeah, what's going on right now? It's going down to here, a really good area. See that support? Wick, 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 body wick. It's dirty, but it's there. So now it's a matter of where it's going to reverse. It looks like it's reversing right now. I'm not all about wicks when it comes to like rejection, but it is having quite a bit of rejection right here on these two, and now it's moving up. Now, all we need now, in my opinion, is to keep the volume down. I want that volume to fade, and then this should continue on up. I'm not in on it because I'm already green on this ticker, just by a little bit, and I don't want to sound superstitious, but I don't want to take it again and then turn a green ticker into a red ticker for me. But it does look good, guys. Especially on fives. Look how beautiful it is on fives. So the volume spike was kind of early, and then it kind of, stopped a lot of people out underneath 16. And that's why there's something that I used to call an 80s play, meaning it breaks through a solid number and then it goes down into 80s. In this case, it went down to 1580, and the volume was still there, faded a bit, but it's still there. So it's going nicely. Hopefully some of y'all caught that one. I don't know if I said hi to you, Lou. Hey, how's it going, Lou? It's going okay. Today I'm up 500 so far. 100%. Rock. Rock is doing something funny up there. It's expensive. 13-cent spread. Oh, where's it going? This one's kind of hard to read, isn't it? But here's the daily, and it's going up to here. See how it's touching this wick, I guess? That's 198.10. And right now we're at 198.20. It can go higher though, and just that little bit is a lot. This little bit high is 257 on this doji. And the shape is kind of funny, right? It's like a brontosaurus. I'm sorry, those don't exist anymore. Brachiosaurus. Science. Fail me in my childhood. Okay, so keep this on watch. I would like to see this go, parabolic. I think the word parabolic is not. We just want it to ramp up, because I can see how people can confuse parabolic for lowercase n. But parabolic, we're looking for a U shape going straight up to the sky. I don't think Anton can hear me, but it's okay. Just
Rock.
Trying to clarify the idea of what parabolic, or what that actually means, in my opinion. Probably need to use a different adjective. Now this is spiking up. This one's kind of scary though, right? Because every centimeter is $1, and we're only $1.50 away from 200. So wouldn't it be nice for it just to like tap 200 and then just come back? But then again, the doji that I mentioned on the daily was 257 cents. So yeah, we'll see. Curved hockey stick, yes. It's a curved
Rock.
Makes me wonder, Eric, are you from Canada? RDK. Rock is actually, did Rock just his
OPY,
Rock hit 199.98.
Copy Yankee, Oppenheimer Holdings announcing share buyback program. That's OPY.
RDK? No, Nolo? What's LO? Okay, hold on one sec. I need to possibly trade this one with a 28-cent spread. So
BIMI, Boki International.
went to
Bravo,
98.
India,
That could be
Marco.
just
India
enough.
says losses incurred in FY 2019 and its accumulated deficit raises substantial doubt about company's ability to continue as a going concern. That's Bravo.
Oh, no, that's all
India,
good, Anton.
Michael, India.
I hear a lot of people. You're not the only one. So I think it's just the idea of the adjective itself is not ideal for some people. Okay, it's kind of going. It's already like $1 away. So, you know.
Shares of Novavax
BC.
spiking to the highs. NVAX 42,
Yeah,
42
I'm way
NVAX,
too late on this one.
up
Especially with the
10%.
spreads. Kind of had to
NVAX.
just have trusted the 200 mark and may have entered just when I saw red and then keep the tight stop. Then that would have been ideal. But just executing right now on a 1 minute like this one, I'm already at $1.25 away. So 100 shares and you're at $125 stop. And then this right here, where the hockey stick is 60 cents away, and then we're talking about the stop. So, oh, Eric, hockey stick is a financial term. Okay, thank you for that.
WHO's Tedros says vaccines and medicine will not end the COVID-19 pandemic if we can't ensure equitable distribution.
Hockey stick chart is a line chart with a sharp increase occurs suddenly after a short period of quiescence.
BC.
Sharp rise after a long flat period. Okay, cool. Hockey stick. There's so many terminologies. It's silly. Yeah, ROCK was fast, and it looks good. BC looks decent except for the. So, just looking at all the red tickers right now to see if they're still going down as SPY going up. Those are the ones that has a lot of conviction.
PINS Pinterest shares off the highs now 1767, up about 3.5% on PINS.
Like Eric, Obviously, the one I hate the most is Dead Cat. I mean, why would they even say that? Dead Cat Bounce. I'm gonna rename that as a kangaroo. CODX. Were we just looking at that one? CODX went pretty good. It had a whole dollar move. From here to here. Pretty solid move. You know, you see the rise in volume, so you know it's going to start getting halted in its movement. Let's see. Wix is still moving at now it's 202. Where's it going? Where's Wix going? Well, everyone lost their jobs, so they're making a bunch of websites. Just earnings, right? Price target, Oppenheimer. Okay. Price target to 205. We're awfully close to 205. He's not the only one. Deutsche Bank.
ADCT, Alpha Delta Charlie
Price
Tango,
target
opening
220.
at $30, priced at $19. That's Alpha Delta Charlie Tango.
SunTrust
ADC
215.
$30, priced at $19.
So yeah, the lowest price target is 205. Toma called out Rock. Nice one, Toma. But it was short-lived though, wasn't it? BC is close to 50. Was I just looking at that? Oh yeah. It is close to 50, isn't it? Oh. Brunswick. It's so linear though. I'm not fond of these. Linear charts are very hard to determine where they're going to go. And I do, yeah, 50, but then also, Anton, when you look at the, when you look at the daily, then you start seeing other potential, right? Right now, right here, all these areas that are passed up 50, 50. Don't know where it's going to go. Kind of like a full rebound. How does Anton hear me? I don't even see him in the lobby.
BC.
Maybe he's on YouTube. Oh, close to 50, 75. Yeah. Wix, he also agrees. Anton, oh, you too. Okay. So yeah, Karnan agrees about the Wix notion, about the fade.
BC.
BC, okay, now BC is showing a spike. That's a nice hefty spike at that. What's the... this thing has a ridiculous spread for $50 stock. And the volume's thin. Which, you know, generally this wick is just ruining it for all the other candles. I mean, this volume bar is ruining it for all the other volume bars. Can't see anything. There we go. It is a little bit higher than general. Needs to be over. I'm not, no, not taking this one. It's just a spread, you know. So once, you know, spread in and out is going to be, if it's 20 cents, you're going to be down 20 cents when you enter, and when you exit, you're going to be up 20, you know, another down 20 cents. So we're talking about 40 cents. Hey, good morning, Hugo. Still morning time? Wow. You okay, David? Okay. Wix is going now? SRNE. Wix, yeah, oh, there goes Wix. Nice call. Look at that dive. Almost a $1 dive.
TSM.
That wasn't even a fade. That was just, I'm done climbing. Let me just jump off the ledge kind of dive. TSM. Tango Sierra Mike. Okay. Down here. Up here, like my cat's complaining. No, I could go further. Down here, like 49. Lower 49s. I'll be happy if it stops making this U shape and kind of dive down a little bit. Oh, nice, Jeremy. Jeremy Newby is short on TSM. Carden says there's a gap at 48. 48.72. Okay, I see. You're going to the body of the doji. I see. Sometimes I look at these candles here. This is just me, okay, but I like to see the range of all these candles. And you know, back in 2019, the candles were pretty small, right? And around here, when things got volatile in February, things are getting really wicky and large. And now they're, on my screen, they're about a centimeter. They're pretty nice. Um, compared to yesterday's bullish candle, this can go quite a bit more. Just talking about range in general. So, etiquette wise, if somebody's in a stock and you want to go opposite direction, or or somebody's saying they're going to enter,
TSM.
generally we don't try to go against them, because it's, trading in itself is stressful enough. So if Jeremy says he's short, then if you're going to go long, don't even bother commenting on it. Unless he mentions that he's actually out, because then you're actually going against him. TSM's doing a nice push down now. Well, it's up to you if you want to go against him. I'm just saying,
IIVI.
don't tout it. It's just not nice. Saying this aloud because a lot of people actually don't understand that factor. Hey, La Fave? Yes, La Fave. Probably butchering your name, sorry. You sometimes handle news stocks a little different. TSM sort of a news story today, I think. Is it? Trump administration moves to cut Huawei off the semiconductor.
TSM.
Okay, so our president's, I guess Huawei uses TSM semiconductors, and I don't know how Trump cuts Huawei when they don't even import Huawei anymore, right? Because it's a Chinese thing, a Chinese import thing. I don't know, but yeah, technically speaking, almost everything that moves strong on my counter trends are news. If the movement is like this, I don't consider it significant. It's a linear move, so it shows no reason for it to counter. If it does start going parabolic, then yeah, I may think about entering. I mean, it'll look good for an entry. Apple attacked in China press. The ones that I would consider news is rumors plays. The ones that just pop up and defy all charting. Those are the ones that I would definitely trade differently. This one I'll probably trade the same. Really? IIVI? Yes, like IIVI. Now under 9? Or is X... Oh, under C? XI? Propaganda hit a new high? I'm not sure if you're giving me Roman numerals, or... I don't think anyone does Roman numerals anymore, so I'm going to assume it's XI, right? Now under XI, propaganda hit. All fake news. Yeah. This one looks good, but so you see that fade there, right? The fade in volume, but it does look good. I don't like that fade in volume. that just makes me chicken out of something like this. But it does look good. I mean, if I weren't looking at the volume, this looks great for a long scalp. I mean, yeah, okay, how do I not take something like this? Okay, fine. The volume is low though, just saying. 16, 500 shares, and that's already moving. I'm too slow. But that was a good call, Daniel. It's just, there's a few things make me a little hesitant. I don't want to. Yeah, it moved. It was a good scalp for sure. But yeah, that's the thing. When I don't have that volume and it has this like funny shape, is that still considered a hockey stick, Eric? Then it gives me a lack of conviction on this one. But yeah, good job, Daniel. Yeah, good scalp. So if you got out at 72, that means you pretty much got out at the very high of the wick because of the spreads, right? That's good execution. What was that? Oh, SRNE. It's not tradable. Look at that thing break out. You can't see it. Look at that thing break out. Beautiful. Yeah, the high was 38.80 and you got out at 38.72. So I'm assuming that you got out with a 6 cent spread. You pretty much got out at the very high, right? Am I wrong? SRNE. It's not tradable. So that was really good execution, Daniel. Yeah, direct access would be awesome. And here's why, hindsight of course, but generally speaking, when the volume isn't there, it gets questionable, Doesn't mean it's not going to continue going. I'm just stating why if it doesn't go, it may be because the lack of conviction amongst the traders right here, where the volume is not quite
SRNE.
there. It was a lot many minutes ago. Simon asked, did you say the webcam was a 7800 mirrorless? I was looking for a good webcam for my wife and she is a teacher. Oh, awesome. My wife is too. Teachers. I don't know about the school that your wife teaches at, but all the schools, public schools over here, always tend to, when they give you hardware like a laptop, they lock everything up, right? You can't change any settings. They set it so teachers that aren't savvy with computers don't ruin the computer, right? Yeah, the Logitech 920 or the C930 is really good. Those two, I think they're almost pretty much the same. I have one right here actually. That's what I've been using. Yeah, this one is they're all 1080s, right? And the whole idea about it is placement really, because you don't want to use the laptop one, especially with their audio, because the audio's competing against all the moving parts inside the laptop, so it makes a humming sound. So it may have a noise gate or something. So it sucks. You want an external USB a mic, and you want an external laptop, because you don't want the camera set down here so you can see your double chin. It's a really bad angle. And you don't want to set the laptop all the way up here where you're trying to type. So it's best to like place it high, right? And you can YouTube it. I don't know why I'm giving y'all a vlogging lesson, but generally speaking, you want that lens to be like at eye level, even though the students probably see you from down there anyways if they're kids. But the one I'm using isn't a webcam anymore. Since the last two streams, I'm currently using a professional mirrorless camera, A5100. Did I say professional? It's just a camera, but it's a really good camera. It's a Sony, so that's why it's clear, and you can see how it like has generally really good focus, how and bokeh around. The whole idea for me doing this is, other than the fact that I'm probably going to be doing this for a long time now, because you know, I can't teach dogs as long as my wife has lupus and autoimmune disease, and we don't, and she's really susceptible to getting hurt if I ever get COVID. So I gotta be as quarantined as she is. She's a teacher, so she's there's no way around it, obviously. But I'd rather her get it than me giving it to her, you know. So generally speaking, is that I'm putting my dog training and my dog facility kind of on hold, because I don't want to take in any dogs that can possibly NG. Oh, that's gold, but NG is ramping. I don't want to take in any customer's dog that could give me or my wife COVID at the moment. So now I'm just saving my money and just making more money and trading. So might as well have the best setup, you know, the best setup I can. Just update it all. Yeah, lupus sucks, man.
SRNE.
She almost died once on me. I was at the hospital for about two weeks, I think. So, you know, the beauty of freedom, right? Being a trader and a dog trainer, I can I can do both.
NG.
Why does Bear probably can't hear me, but why does he even have to point out that he went long on TSM? He feels guilty? I don't understand. I guess he does feel guilty. Or because he's winning that trade?
SRNE.
They're obviously friends, so it doesn't matter what they do, but yeah, I wish arm wrestling made money. I only make a few $100s, and they consider me a professional. Like, how are you gonna make a living off arm wrestling? Unless you're someone like Devin Larratt. So guys, regardless, I'll tell you right now, if you're my friend, you know, denial is bliss, okay? I don't, if you consider me somewhat of a friend and you're going against me in a trade, just don't tell me, because I don't want to know. Unless you're just trying to, you know, play games with me, but it's not fun to play games when you're trading. You don't know how many shares I'm trading, so don't play games like that. Yeah, Devin Larratt's a lot of fun. He talks a lot of smack just because he knows that the audience likes to hear it. I'm sure he's definitely has great sportsmanship. Oh, hey, Locke. I've been fading you all day today.
SRNE.
Well, I'm glad you're. In that case, I'm glad you lost your faith. Well, then again, it must be after the fact. Otherwise, you'd be in the red. But I know you're kidding, Locke. Yeah, if you're in like if you ever tried joining a chat room, a lot of the hardcore chat rooms, meaning like there's hundreds of people, and they're not the type of chat rooms trying to promote any kind of any kind of. There's no other propaganda. They're not trying to teach you how to trade, or they just want a chat room where they offer a bunch of people to give an idea of an actual stock to trade. Um, they, there's quite a few of those, maybe a dozen out there, and all of them have that one very strict rule to not counter someone else's trade, because it gets heavy, and if you do, you get banned. And another big rule that a lot of chat rooms have that I generally agree upon is don't talk about a trade that you already entered and then tell everybody how great you did, because all you're doing really is bragging, which is fine if it's between friends, but if you're in a huge chat room, you generally aren't helping anybody sharing how well you did, unless you actually talked about something like SRNE WW worth watching, and and you and you actually give an idea of how to enter, then it's actually worth sharing, because you don't have to tell everybody that you executed it, but if you told everybody a chance of this trade going, and then it goes, then that's good enough. You don't have to say I made $3,000 on this 20-cent move. You don't have to say anything, unless you're the unless you're the head of the chat room or something, and you're trying to prove a point. Otherwise, if you're just going to announce a trade, that's all you're supposed to do. Just announce the trade, and if it goes well, then you could type something like, "I hope some people got this one," just to, but don't say that, this stock went great, and then you're looking back like, where was your entry point? You didn't even say anything. That's not conducive. But the chat room newbie trading is not like a hardcore AC. Yeah, that thing went. Finally broke that 10. Oh, it touched the 10, and now it broke the 10. But you guys get my idea. You get what I'm talking about.
SRNE.
There's a lot of good trading. They cost money though. I used to be part of it. And then, the problem with that is when you have hundreds of people throwing out ideas, then you're all over the place, unless you're a multitasker, which I'm not. It's just clutter in my head. It's just garbage information, even though it's good garbage, if you know what I mean. ACB. Man, that one was tricky for that 10. You really had to have a lot of conviction, right? To know that it was going to hit 10. It did hold on the VWAP though, didn't it? That would have been a great entry if you're into VWAPs. SRNE, I wish I had shares on TradeNet for this one. It is going crazy. All that volume, millions of shares per minute. I would not counter this. I would enter for at a pullback. Bobby Invest went long on 10-12. Oh, for the breakout over 10. That's nice. Stop at 10. That's great. That's awesome. Chesapeake. Wow, look at that dive. Again, another one that didn't have the shares. But look at that dive there with the volume. Ramp up and then dive. Looks like... Did it get halted? No, it didn't. It just... Oh, it did get halted today. Okay. Beautiful. Halted and then fell. Dan B is calling out NVAX. Yeah, that thing is just keeps doing these really beautiful cup and handle resets. Look at that, guys. Just boing, 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 boing. So I mean, it's like, is it gonna go back down? Probably, but it didn't quite travel high. So it's pretty though. FS asks, do you propose a course actually? Could you clarify on your question? Are you asking me if I know? Ooh. My platform just disconnected itself. Good thing I'm not in a trade. Very uncool. This is the second time TradeNet disconnected me. I think I'm still streaming. Yeah, Thinkorswim is still moving on the level 2. Okay, restarting my TradeNet. FS, are you asking me if there is an... Okay, if it's possible to buy a course that you create on trading US shares actually. Well, I am doing that beginner's course on YouTube. I know Jeremy Newby of Newbie Trading is creating a course that is about counter trend as well. Let me restart my TradeNet. Ooh, it's stuck. I tried to restart it and it won't restart. Weird. RavD has it been today? Freezing or disconnecting? But I have kind of been active. I've been clicking around.
SFIX.
Maybe they're just having issues on their end today. Okay, I'm back on. But yeah, I haven't been disconnected while I have been in a trade. That's a good thing. So FS was I am doing lessons. So far I have 2 lessons put up. One is just an engagement lesson, and the other one is just to let everyone know what I do, which is counter trend, or what I share actually, and the other one was just charting, and but all in all, it gets difficult to do a course because everybody has a little bit of their own knowledge, right? And it's easier to help somebody individually and answer their questions than to just create an overall course, because I always end up missing out on a lot of information. I gotta re-link my scanner to this. Okay, SFIX, guys. Stitch Fix again. Sierra Foxtrot, India X-ray. Parabolic. $0.03 spread. A reset on 5s. A lot of volume. Volume has increased on 15s. Watch it climb. Disconnected again. What? Calm down. Okay, at this point, I may have to switch over to my light speed. Try again. Nope. Well, maybe it's just not meant to be, guys. But look at SFX, guys, and very possible for a nice strong scalp move. But yeah, FS, I think the best way to teach is actually a small group, live, actually. Say like 5 people, just ask questions, and then I can answer them right on the fly. But when I'm making the lessons, it gets difficult. So the next lesson I was going to do was the level 2. But a lot of people do level 2s. But then again, I've had somebody ask me yesterday, which one how do I personally use level 2 in time and sales? And I found that after watching what other people do, I do favor level 2 over time and sales. So I may just actually make that videos soon. It's going to be short because I know a lot of you guys are pretty academic. You're just going to look on YouTube and see what people say. So when I see something that actually is a little different than what other people think, then that's when I feel like it may be a good idea to make a video. But otherwise, you can always just still can't get on. Hold on. You can always just look it up. I think Humble Trader has a nice video just 2 days ago that made me kind of rethink about should I even make a video about it, you know? But I know she's fun to watch because she covers everything. So if you guys are on the fence on your strategies, I mean, of course I don't agree with everything she says, because what she's basically doing is just accruing a lot of subscribers and talking about everything she can to cover the entire population of trading. But generally speaking, you know, when she's talking about pump and dumps and penny stocks and all that, then I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're basically telling everybody you do everything, which is possible, but I don't think so. She's basically trying to cover every corner of trading in general, which is great for all beginners. But if you look at the what she said about time and sales, and how she looks at the tape more than and she says that how people say the level 2 is fluff, and she does, she's also very diplomatic with her words, saying that still can't get into TFS. I may have to restart my computer.
SFIX.
I'm just gonna let it go. Probably a good idea because SFIX isn't done yet. So if you can watch her video, I mean, I enjoy watching her. She's funny. But she talks about how time and sales is the go-to, and how level 2 is secondary to her. But honestly, if you're looking at something that's revving really fast, the time of sales was running really fast, and it's not like you can catch any of the numbers. All you can catch the price, but you're not really seeing much, especially the way she has it, unless her reflexes are faster than mine. Yesterday I spoke about a friend of mine that does scalping and uses the time and sales, right? Well, his time and sales is at least 1 foot long, because you need to see everything. What you're looking for is not just the price, but you're looking for momentum. You're looking for movement. And when I looked at her chart when she was showing off the time and sales, it was like 8 inches long. Doesn't show that she actually significantly uses the time and sales as much as she says. And I truly believe that she actually uses level 2 more than she thinks. Put it this way. The time and sales is... what I said in my old videos was the time and sales... And think about the level 2 as a party of people. And in this case, they're traders, right? They're in... there's BATS and ARCA and NASDAQ. But all of these people are talking about which party to go to. Say there's 2 different parties, and the more people are talking about one of the parties is the one that everyone's going to go to, right? So if everybody's talking about the bid, that's when the numbers get bigger and people go to that party. Now that's just a rumor, right? It never really happened. What happens is actually the counter on the time and sales. So the time and sales tells you exactly how many people actually go to that party. Are they going to the bid, or are they going to the ask? So if you think about it, the time and sales already happened. It already happened. So it's just like indicators. A lot of indicators are lagging. In fact, most of them are. That's why every time you're going to jump into a surging stock,
SFIX.
you already feel late in the game because it's already moving. You never caught it before it moved unless you got lucky, or you actually saw something in the level 2. So that's what I'm getting at. Level 2 will tell you the rumor. So if there's a lot of numbers on the bid, then essentially you're going to assume that people are going to go to the bid party and it's going to go up. So that's the whole point. I'll see you, Eric. So which one would you rather watch? The level 2 that's about to happen, or the time of sales that already happened? Personally, I want to be ahead of the game, so I'm always looking at the level 2. Now, the only issue with level 2, as she says, is that there are some hidden buyers and hidden buyers and sellers, so you don't quite know if it's going to happen. So you really have to take it as what it is, rumors. Right? So that's the main difference. So those of you who aren't using level 2 because you get faked out too much, you may want to just at least take it as a grain of salt and just watch it. So anybody that does time and sales are going to be the ones that are fast enough to look at the momentum. Now personally, I'm not saying that I don't look at time and sales. Personally, I'm saying I'm looking at level 2 and looking at the numbers, trying to assess if the rumor is going to actually happen. And then I have the time and sales on my peripheral vision. I'm watching the colors run. And when I see it run, that's when I know that I better be fast because it's moving now. Okay? Yeah, stacking level 2 is very useful. So, of course you can get faked out. But the whole idea is when she says that level 2's, in her opinion, is more important than time and sales is more important than level 2, then I'm thinking she's a scalper, but I'm pretty sure she's not. So, I think she's not really thinking things as thoroughly as she actually says. I really believe that she actually does use the level 2 more than she thinks. Jamie's asking how is commission on the TradeNet? They're okay. They're not great.
SFIX.
I'd say it's it's okay. I mean, to the standards of like Thinkorswim, which is free, it sucks, right? If you have to pay any commissions, it's already not good. So commissions and TradeNet, it's okay. Say it's like you're paying. Say you do like a large cap stock with a lot of range, and you only need 100 shares. Then round trip will be like $3, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's around there. If you don't even notice them, I say that they are. How do you feel about them? I like TradeNet. TradeNet's good for beginners. If you don't have $25,000 to spare to put into to fund a Lightspeed account or a Speed Trader account, then I would assume that you're more or less either a hobbyist trader or a novice trader. Either you have the money but you don't want to put it in there, or you don't have the money and you want that money eventually. Then that's when TradeNet is the nice middle ground, considering the leverage they give you. I don't think there's anybody out there that will give you $80,000 buying power for $3,700. Hey, Dr. Manowar. How do we understand a downtrend is ending in volume section? How volume acts when the when the down and uptrend ends? I'm assuming you're asking how do I know when it's going to reverse? How it's going to be countered? Is basically by a volume spike. A ramp in volume suggests that everybody's interested in that area, in which case is making everybody rethink that position. Yeah, with a student account of $80,000 buying power, understand that your max loss is $4,000. So that's which in some ways is actually still a good thing if you think about it, because you're paying. I'm sorry, not 37. You're paying $2,700 after a discount code, right? For me, if you ask me for a link, my manager will give you 20% off instead of 15. He's actually just doing my people a favor, which is nice. He just wants more people under his name. So, yeah, if you want TradeNet, contact me and I'll get you a link for 20% instead of 15. Every now and then there's a 20% off on Easter or some holiday, but this guy will do it for me year round, I think, as long as I'm with them and as long as I think it's still a good deal. TradeNet that is. But Doctor, where'd you go? Dr. Manowar. I think if you could just look at my old videos on my lessons, and I think lesson 2 talks about volume, and that one covers how when there's a ramp in volume, obviously there's a lot of shares going around, and eventually once you see it ramp up and the volume starts spiking, then you kind of have an idea that it's getting to a point where there's equal buyers and sellers and people can't make up their mind anymore, in which case human behavior is, I give up, and then that's when it'll tank. That's a short example. And a long example is the same thing. When it dives down and the volume starts going up, it's almost as if people are depressing their brakes on the car as hard as they can, because there's equal numbers of buyers and sellers, and it gets to a point where everyone starts giving up on their position and it goes the other way. Jamie got it. 4K is not bad. Yeah, it's not bad, especially when you pay $2,700 or $2,600. Trust me, the best, not the best, but there's two kinds of traders. There's traders that love their money so much that they don't want to use it, and there's traders that hate their money so much that they use too much of it. Or the other way around. They still love their money because they get to use it. So the ones that hate losing money will trade really small, and they will incrementally, systematically grow their account. That is the slow route, in my opinion. Most of the people I know that grow their account fast get hit on the head a lot, you know. So there is a truth behind you only learn when you fail. So it's up to you if you want to fail boat hard or you just want to fail a little bit. And a lot of times for a lot of men, it takes a huge hit on the head for you to hit rock bottom, and then you start rebounding, understanding how to trade tight, and still start using larger and larger shares, because you understand your knowledge is powerful and your conviction. Augustine, yes, I'm using the student program. I'm using the student package, yeah. So I have a $4,000 stop loss or drawdown, and $80,000 buying power with this thing. Let me see if TFS is working again. Okay, it's working now. Stupid. This is something different every... As long as it doesn't happen when I'm in a trade, I'm fine. So SFIX kind of went. It popped up a bit, but you know, it kind of went already 3 minutes ago. From 21.78, entry at 22.05. So it's kind of like a 20 cent move. It's not much at all. Maybe it's not done. So yeah, guys, if you want, you can contact me through the Discord app. The website, Jeremy Newby's website, is in the description. Just PM me, private message me, and I'll get my manager to give you a link with the 20% off. And on top of that, I've always told them that if I ever get, I don't know if I'm truly an affiliate, but if they offer me a bonus, I'll throw it to you. I'll wire it to you through Venmo or whatever. Just be sure to like and subscribe. Smash the like button. That's so cringy. But if you're new to the stream, be sure to click the notification bell. And please let me know if the notification bell doesn't work, because my wife tells me every now and then that she doesn't get notified. In which case I should just put it in the comments, or the whatever you call it. There's a place where community comments where I can notify you guys. But it's better off that I just get on and you get notified, because I really don't know when I'm going to be on. Some days I just have migraines for no reason. Yeah, I did sign up to become an affiliate. But, you know, I'm always skeptical about these things, Karnan. I really don't know if they're going to follow through. And, you know, the worst case scenario is like you become an affiliate and you try your best, and then they don't pay you, you know? That happens sometimes. So I really don't want to count on it, obviously. Even though, you know, passive income is nice. I love passive income. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All I know is that my account manager is probably the most laid back guy I know amongst all my friends, my family friends' account managers. So whenever they have a chance and they blow up their account, which happens to be 3 of them now by now, they sign up again. They're doing a lot better. They're not losing money anymore, but they switched over to my account manager because he's cooler. But because you're not a new client, you don't you don't quite get that 20% off. You only get it 20% off if you're a new client. Yeah, Joe, that's true. It's as fast, if not faster, than my light speed, because it's immediate. It's like a mirror. It really doesn't steal liquidity, especially when you're only throwing in 100 shares. According to Bear, and he seems to be really knowledgeable. If you go heavy enough, you may actually affect the market. I really don't dive into those technicals. If I get paid, I get paid. That's all that matters to me. If it works, it works. And TradeNet works. SFIX is working. That sucks.
ACM.
ACM. Oh, that's just a pop. I don't know if FX is still around, but he asked me about that course. Feel free to find me on Discord, and we can talk about it. There is somebody, Augustine. Augustine sent me a few of his videos. I got him to use OBS to download his videos. I'm watching them. They look good. I like them. I'm just gonna make a video covering how I view the trades, and if there's anything I would do to make it better. Personally, I'm just doing what I would do to myself. I watch my own trades and see should I have more conviction and had more shares, stuff like that. Just gotta, yeah. Joe's right about that. If you trade with the small caps, and you're only looking for a 3-5 cent run, and you put in lots of shares, be sure you're going to be making. Be sure you get green on that one and make a nice profit, because there's going to be a little bit of commissions in there. Good point, Joe. There it is. There's a there's somebody who knows something. They'll hedge it. That's the term. Bachatero. Well typed Bachatero. TSM seems to have bottomed out. Right? It doesn't seem to want to go any lower. IBIO. Jeremy's pointing out IBIO. Ooh. That's probably that's a cheap one, but it's got a lot of volume, guys. If you have shares for IBIO, you want to put that on your watch. Here's what it looks like. Penny stock. Yeah, Bear's generally not wrong when it comes to these things. SRNE is just getting more and more volume, guys. What's going on with this thing? It's insane. You guys see SRNE? Look at this. The volume just keeps growing in the millions every minute. Simon, I don't think it makes a difference if it's hedged or not. It's fast. Speaking from personal experience, there has been a time I traded 20,000 plus shares and no difference. Thanks, Jason. I was waiting for you to throw me something smart. No shares on TradeNet for SRNE. Are there shares in Lightspeed for SRNE? Probably is, right? Bachatero is saying that CFDs is taking a risk, betting that you'll fail. That sounds pretty pessimistic. I think the whole market bets that you will fail, regardless if it's CFD or anything. When I was starting with TradeNet, I was worried that things would change if I keep making as much money as I have. I was worried that maybe the level 2 will be twisted or slightly skewed, but I haven't seen anything different as I continually profit off them. But of course, I'm just one guy, so as 90% of all traders fail, they don't really care about the few. But we'll see. Simon asked, do you wait till the stock goes red after volume spike enters? Are you talking about, okay, shorting. If you wait for the volume stock goes red after a volume spike, yeah, I preferably want the volume spike to be on the green, and then I'll wait for a red, and it's up to you really. Depends on the wind and the conviction and the amount of volume in the green candle.
Says,
ideally, you want a little bit of rejection on the green candle with a huge amount of volume, and then you'll choose when to enter. And generally speaking, if it's clean, I'll enter on a ones candle. Yeah, all of my family friends are doing well on TradeNet, and it's all a matter of trading tight. Now, I will have to admit though, if you can trade well on TradeNet, you'll definitely trade well on Lightspeed, because you're able to set your limits closer. and your stop's closer. But I really don't see anything wrong with TradeNet, even though a lot of people have created this CFD is a scam idea, or TradeNet in general is a scam. I mean, it's whatever.
Jim Cramer tweeting now, see the money just goes to other members of the Cramer COVID-19 index.
As long as it's able to teach my new traders, family how to trade, that's all that matters. I foresee a few of them, at least 2 of them, going to Lightspeed probably in half a year. They have the money for Lightspeed. They don't know if they want to. They don't know if they want to put 25K in an account and just decide to quit day trading. But so far they've been green. They've been green quite a bit, actually, thousands of dollars every month. So I don't see why they couldn't just make a Lightspeed account, because they're consistent.
DKNG direct
NBAX.
gains raised to a
They all use TradeNet. Yeah.
price target at
I don't have a
24.
single family
That's
friend
Delta Kilo
other than the
Delta
one that I told you about, that is a shorts, that it's a scalper.
DKNG.
I don't have any. In fact, nobody knew I day trade until they started thinking about day trading. Most of my family don't know that I day trade. Just my close family group, just like my dad and my mom. Nobody really knows. My cousins don't know, except for one that just popped up on the stream earlier today.
DCAR drop car hitting $1.
So I got them on TradeNet because they were
DCAR.
talking to my dad about possibly day trading, and they're doing good. They're retired. They have a lot of money. They could day trade anytime they want now. So, of course, like Bachatero, man, I hope I'm butchering your name, Bacatero said, once you're successful, jump onto something like Lightspeed. You can close that account anytime you want and pull out your money, and you don't lose any money really. Executions are fast as TradeNet, but there's slightly less MVAX. There's less slippage. MVAX is still moving.
Shares of DraftKings near the highs now, 29.17.
Dan called it a
on
minute
that,
ago.
$35 price target from Canaccord DKNG.
Nice find. Debbie's awfully quiet today. So yeah, guys, like I said earlier,
NBAX.
if you never tried TradeNet and you want to give it a shot, just PM me or email me or get on the Discord app and ask me. I'll have my account manager contact you. There's a nice volume spike on MVAX right there. But I don't like the reset right there. Okay, guys. What time is it? 11 something? My back is hurting. I gotta take a break. This SRNE is kind of making me sad a bit. I may switch over to my Lightspeed. MVAX is at an interesting place on the daily. It's about to hit here. I wouldn't be surprised if it passes this up, 44.98, 94. So close to 45.
NBAX.
Yeah, it is. And it's tradable on TradeNet. Okay, I'm starting to like it more now. because of that rejection. We gotta be really careful because of this previous rejection. So, I mean, if you any of you guys ever been in a stock that's moving really hard, and you try to short it, and you keep missing out, you keep missing the actual proper entry, and it keeps moving against you, that can be really frustrating, right? So, we want something significant in volume to signal an entry. It's going to hit that resistance of 44.94. What did it get to? 44.88. And see, the issue about this is this is fives, by the way. It keeps resetting, you know. It keeps resetting with these red. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it passes 45. Okay, there it is. Look at the spread too, guys. So be careful. 15-cent spread at sometimes. That's a nice volume spike though, isn't it? I think it's the highest of all time for the breakout at 45. See if it holds. If it doesn't hold and it goes under, that's a good sign for some profit. If it keeps going, that's even better.
TJX.
President Trump about to speak now.
NVAX.
Beautiful. You know, the worst thing is when you're about to enter a trade and you need to use the restroom. Okay. What is that? 46?
President Trump, as of this morning, almost every state has taken steps to resume to undertake their reopening.
Shorting a little bit here. My entry was 45.51. Just waiting for the minute to end to see if it can go further down. Stop at high day. Totally anticipating a fake out. So here's the possible fake out. So
TJX.
gotta watch it. Here comes the fake out. SPY's going green. Not good.
Lynn. Lynn.
Turn down the volume. I don't need her talking to me right now. Okay, SPY is a little bit red. See if this how much conviction this thing has to go break through. SPY's going down. SPY's going down. Let's see. How annoying is this move? SPY's going down pretty strong, and this thing's holding. See that? Now things get a little uncomfortable a little bit. So just watching it still. There we go. Boom. Out at 44.20. Oh, okay. That was nice. Okay, I need to use the restroom. Be right back. And then when you think you had the bottom, and then it goes further on you. How rude is that? But I'll take it. Thanks, Jeremy. And it's still going. Holy crap. Okay. Yang. Yeah, I think I'm done for today. This is probably one of the biggest days I've had. I didn't anticipate the drop like that. So, TradeNet needs to work on their account manager. So that was what? From okay, yeah, that's about right. So I got out because TradeNet doesn't tell you your exit. So apparently I got out at, with the slippage, with the spread I mean, I got out at 44.35. So I I made about 600 on that one with 500 shares. Yeah, well, you know, the market tends to do that to you. Make you feel stupid. But today's a good day. Okay. Karnan's gonna teach me something. Why didn't you let the winners run? Because a spike down like that is just enough. It's enough. I'm not going to be greedy. I mean, if I really wanted to, say if it was on my Lightspeed account, then I'd probably throw in over 500 shares, say 1,000 shares or 800, probably 800, and then in which case I would probably keep 600 shares. I mean, I'll take 600 shares out, and I'll probably keep 200 shares. But it's quite often, Yang, that when a stock spikes down hard, there is a possibility of a bounce up. Not a bounce entirely up, maybe 50 to 75% up, but I don't want to wait that long for it to get another squeeze back down. This happens, but it's also rare, in my opinion. Someone like Jeremy on the owner of the chat room would scale out a lot. Jeremy Newbie, he's good at that, and he's also, and he'll tell you his share size. It's easier to do when you have a lot of shares, but I only had 500 shares, and because if you look at it, 500 shares is going to be a big stop. You know, it's going to hurt. But yeah, if you hindsight, I mean, if you look at it, the market will always make you feel stupid. So it's always nice to keep a few shares in if you can. Personally, I didn't like the action up here. This right here, this is rare. I don't see this often. By the time it hit, once it went red, I wanted it to go down, but then it went up again. Why? You know, why would it do something like that? And then I would say I almost got lucky there, because the SPY decided to dump right at that time this dumped. Well, I mean, I would almost say this was catalyzed by the SPY. So what if the SPY decided not to do this and continue on up? I can't honestly say that the result would have been the same, right? Yeah, that's all I can really say about that. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. So you could tell that this movement right here was at the same time as this movement the SPY did. And why did the SPY do that? I can't honestly say either. So, but you're right, Yang. I mean, could have, should have kept a few hundred shares. Something I could definitely learn off Jeremy Newbie, or you could too if you watch him trade. Yeah, I'll see you at Emil. Emil's still awake, and he's in London. No. Awesome. Emil got some of that MVEX. Oh, it's only 6 p.m. in the UK. Um, that's not that bad. I was thinking it was midnight or something. Oh, if it's only 6 p.m. in the UK, I would love to trade in the UK instead of waking up at 9 a.m. Hey Yang, do I check the news before I go into a trade? Um, for a counter during the day, yeah, I do, but I take it as a grain of salt. You know, it's kind of like if especially if it does one of those pop ups, not like MVAX. MVAX was a beautiful ramp, but sometimes you'll see me take a trade that looks dangerous that just goes straight up because of the news, and then it's so fully extended that it's gonna come down a bit. I think I did a breakdown on one of those FLDM. I think um, that was a news play, and I really didn't care what it said. It was just too extended. MVAX is obviously a news play, right? I mean, there's something catalyzing this to move up like that at that moment. This kind of whenever we see volume that exceeds the morning, there's something going on, right? But then at that time when that news hit, or maybe there was a conference or something that went well, it still tanked, didn't it? Um, just a matter of how how optimistic everyone were to a point where people become pessimistic of how high it went when we're talking about a short. Um, Unfortunately, the way I see it is some stocks don't bounce very well. Kind of like Wells Fargo and just banks in general. They'll just keep crawling with a linear grind, and they may slope down one way, and they'll change their slope angle and continue on. That's why I really need that parabolic, or in this case, a nosedive. At least that nosedive shows a full extension where it needs to bounce up a little bit. If it wants to continue on down, you have time to get out. But you know, if it just goes straight down, linear, and it just keeps going down, it's really hard to know when it's going to change its position to come back up. Alex says, just out of curiosity, have you ever tried 100% rule-based systematic trading? I don't quite know if I know what it means or what that is, or should I reframe it as why do you prefer the more discretionary approach? Discretionary. Those are some big words, Alex. I'm a math teacher, not an English teacher. Discretionary as in like discrete? Um yeah, I was a math teacher. Statistics and geometry, which almost comes hand in hand with trading, doesn't it? In fact, I would say my teaching background helped me become a good trader in a lot of ways. I taught a Title One school, which was 90% minorities or lower socioeconomic. So they had rough families, so they weren't easy to deal with for most people. For me, it was pretty good. I ended up getting a lot of the troublemakers because none of the other teachers were able to handle them. It's not like I was a totalitarian. I was the most laid back teacher out there. I would just I'll tell them that I respect them and they can do what they want. So that taught me how to manage my stress, right? I learned to just let things go because these kids have other things to worry about. And statistics taught me the power of statistics, numbers, and geometry taught me graphs. So it almost all came hand in hand. He's mentioning translating your trading into algorithms. You mean like the algorithmic tradings, like break free and stuff? I looked into that. No, I don't. Um, as I mentioned in my lesson one, the reason why the reason why most people fail is because algorithms don't honestly work as well as being as organic as possible, right? I know, Daniel. It's just sad, the dump that MBAX did. So I truly don't. I mean, algorithms work to a degree, especially if you're scalping. If you're just looking for the small runs over and over again, but I truly believe in being more organic, being able to being able to understand things with your eyes. I mean, my scanner, I would say is pretty awesome, but it's not going to find things. It's going to give me the potential trades, but the ultimate deciding factor are my eyes. And then all the other rules is just to make sure that I'm not lying to myself. My eyes will tell me that the ramp is there. My eyes tells me what I need to see, but I honestly don't think that algorithms or those things work 100% as well as taking trading as more of an artistic approach than using algorithms. I'm probably wrong in a lot of ways of what I just said, but when it comes to something like this counter trend strategy, it is easy to see, and I guess the hardest part to teach is when to execute, because you're afraid of being too late. But as you can see, like if it's fully extended, then you have time to be a little late. And if you're a little late, if you feel like you're too late, it's fine. There's always going to be another one. But in algorithms, there isn't a late. There's just executions, right? It's just all numbers. Yeah, I don't want to say anything bad about like other people's strategies, but I truly believe that machines, if somebody wants to sell you a program, in that case, I'm assuming that's somewhat like algorithms, right? If someone's going to sell you a software that can find a stock and do it for you, then I don't think machines are godlike enough. I would say a man is still, a man or a woman is still closer to becoming more being more capable of trading than a machine. That's why hedge funds and all still use traders. Otherwise, the machine would have taken over 100%. Algorithms are there to give the world a system, but it doesn't, because humans are still humans, and we have our own issues. Like the last time the market tanked was because humans did it. Then we needed machines to prevent that from happening. SFIX? SFIX pop. JSEX is approaching 23 with volume. It's already hit 24. 23.89 is the resistance. We've already hit 24. 24. This is a scalp. But notice that it's just a breakout from 22.37. Look at the daily again. Could potentially go up to 24, even higher. I can't show you. I'm too. I need to look on my other chart right now. I said dump, didn't I? Yeah, I meant pump. Yeah, the FOV. I don't think I can. Well, first off, I don't have the expertise to make a program. I mean, if you're talking about a software, or if you're talking about like a code, I don't have the ability. I may know somebody who knows how to do it. But honestly, if you're talking about algos, I think counter trend is probably. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I mean, the more systematic I make counter trend sound by just, it's very possible. It's very possible to get it done, right? I mean, if you can get a computer to see what we see, then we can get a computer to do what we do. Yang is a programmer. Oh, you're so typical. Smart Asian computer engineer. No, you're probably... one thing I know about all my engineer friends is they go through a lot of stress. So you're probably going to be a good trader. Or you probably are a good trader. Okay. It's going. Who got in on this one? Yeah, I hear that a lot, Joe. About bots trading binary options. That makes me scared. I don't want to fight a machine. It already went, guys. And the spreads were pretty tight too. Nice call, Jasek and Karnan. I think I'm just kind of done for today, but I don't have any problem announcing what we see. Hey Rav, will you be going live here every day? I try. Thanks Yang for the support. Hey, if you haven't already, click the like button. I want that passive income. But a lot of times it can be, it's not that bad stress wise. I'm getting used to it. But some days I'm just not up for it, you know? Mainly because one of the main reasons is because I don't like wearing caps, and you don't want to see my hair today, Karnan. Yeah, smash that like button, but not too hard because you may hurt yourself. How many trades have I taken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I took 6 trades. And NVAX was the largest one at around Wix. I thought about cutting my own hair. But I don't know. Do I sound like humble trader? I'll take that as a compliment. She is really fun. I like watching her stuff, even though it doesn't apply to me. My wife can't stand her. Not because she's jealous, but... I mean, she's Asian, but she can't stand an accent. Isn't that strange? I'm gonna stop talking because she's probably gonna watch this later. Well, my wife was actually born in Houston, so she doesn't have an accent. She has basically a Texan accent, but with a little bit of broken English. You know those kind of people that can't say certain words, because she's fluent in Vietnamese, but oh no, she's Vietnamese, and she was born in a cab in Houston. Yeah, for real. Asians totally hate on Asians, man. I don't. I hate on China, but I don't hate on Asians. I feel sorry for Chinese people. in China. But I really again IVII. IIVI, dyslexic. Oh yeah, that is a nice rebound. CCP conference. What is CCP? Oh, Communist Chinese. I'm from Tyler, Texas, but I'm Chinese. My parents tell me to tell everyone I'm from Taiwan. But yeah, I'm born in Texas, so I don't really have an accent. So that's funny actually, because if I didn't tell anybody that, I've had people tell me that. It's like, oh, no wonder you have an accent. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Hey Norbert. No, I'm not Viet. I get a lot of Korean. A lot of people think I'm Korean. I don't know. Sometimes in the morning my eyes are smaller. No, I'm Chinese. I speak Mandarin a little bit, very little. Um, Ding gang, yeah. Norbert asks, "What's your winning percentage?" Well, I'm green most days. 9 out of 10 days. So far, I've been on a pretty good streak. Um, R to R, as in like percentage of. And my wife is Vietnamese. SAO. That sounds Korean. Without the Y in between. No, my wife is Vietnamese. I'm Chinese. So my win rate is kind of at 90%. Knock on wood. You can kind of see it in my my vlogs. This is a sensitive topic sometimes, because a lot of people are skeptical about that issue. But I mean, if you watched my videos, you can kind of conclude my percent rate by looking at it. Yeah, Jason Scott Lee. I used to get that a lot when that movie came out, that Bruce Lee movie came out. I'm like his doppelganger back in the days. Maybe not right now, because I'm a little bit on the... I'm bulking right now. Domo. I don't see... Why is Wix... There's a lot of people posting some tickers right now. Wix is still going up. Wix wasn't ready to fade today. Uber. Whoa. So it's got to be a wiki candle today, huh? Can't tell where the entry was. I don't like it when a stock well, I should show it here. I mean, definitely potential. If I look away and it moves up like this with the volume, it looks great. But then this is because it's meeting its previous high a day intraday. And that makes me wary that it went all the way down and then it changes its mind to go all the way up. I don't know how much steam it has to continue on up. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's definitely looking extended right here. If I take away earlier today, before 11. Yeah, ACB was... That would have been a great short too. A great long and a great short. Great long over 10 and a great short. That was a pretty clean short. You guys can see it too. Around 12. That one was practically textbook. See that volume? There's that green volume spike, and then it went down with the red volume spike. That's pretty much when I got an out because the volume. But then it keeps going and then it breaks down. It probably hit the 5.9 AMA. Yeah, it went past it. Down here, I don't know if that's part of the... No, that's over here. So no, I wouldn't have anticipated that. I would have still gotten out. This area, maybe the 2 minute. Yeah, it hits the 2 minute. Still a lot of profit to be made in that move. And it was a clean, very clean on twos with this green wick. I mean green volume bar. I keep saying wick today. Did you go long or short on ACB, Joe? Yeah, Blinn. Pop up and then pull back for the rest of the day. That was nice. Right now it's showing up on my my counter scanner. Well, at 12:47 that is. And it didn't really move, did it? It didn't really bounce. So luckily it didn't get in this one. What is this, a bank? Digital, Bridgeline Digital. No, it's not a bank. It just didn't want to go. Oh. It's on a mission. Wow, it really does look extended right now, though. Anton says, I think TMS and TMS, isn't that T-Mobile, is going up because of SPY? Is SPY at green today? Yeah, it's pretty green. Double top, just like Uber, right? Except Uber's was definitely extended. Well, thanks for that, Joe. Callouts are important, especially when you have clarity. SFIX was nice. It just moves so fast. Daniel's posting that he's shorting AMD right now. Okay. Going for that. Looks more like a Bollinger Band retracement movement. Yeah, he's getting in on the SPY drop. AMD. So what he's talking about is this. So you know how like in my videos I say like SPY is kind of like the wind. So when things start, you can see how there's similarities between SPY and AMD when it comes to its movement. So this isn't a Bollinger Band, but they run similar. So it hit highs, you know, and it's extended, and Daniel's shorting it, I think. Yeah, he's shorting it. BC? BC does look nice, but it's one of those that You know, I was talking about the stock that goes up, linear grind, and then changes its slope and just keeps going. It's one of those. But if it ever decides to like uh, exaggerate and fly up, then I'll be interested. Like right over here, it actually does it over here, where I had a linear movement and it pops up, and then it had to reset itself. Right, that would have been nice. That was what 49.78. So it's over 30 cents if you hold it. If you don't hold it, it's over 30 cents. If you hold it, it's even more. Where's it going? Oh, that's even more interesting. BC is right here with all the rest of these guys. I think I pointed this out earlier today, right? How I was worried about it hitting up here. Now it's there. It's pretty much there. So this high is 50.89. And right now we're at 50.59. So it would be really nice if it decides to like jump up, touch it, and then come back down. Somewhere around there. Hey, for us. It's going well today. Going pretty good. Thanks for asking. How's your day? Why are you late? Let's mess with you. It's going well. Over 1,000 today, so it's one of the good days. Oh, your work. Yeah, I've noticed. I noticed a lot of. I've have less viewers because the world's opened up. That's good. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Sign the tardy book. Well, this is your first time for us. You get a warning. You just got out of work? That's nice. Oh. Are you in the US for us? Or are you in the UK as well? That would make sense if you're in the UK. Then you're like getting out at 6. Oh, New York. Close enough. How is New York? Is everything getting better? I know that there's less cases now, right? I'm in Central Texas and I'm Central US and Texas, Houston. New cases are popping every day. That sucks, man. I hope you're safe. Are you one of those essential workers? But you're Hmm? Yeah, hopefully it'll get better. Daniel's killing it on AMD. Oh yeah, that's what I assumed for us. Got off work meant finished work. WSR is popping right here. Don't know why. It's popping with little volume too. It's just I wouldn't know what to do with this, but it's not tradable on TradeNet. Luke, you're from Australia? I forgot about that. That's awesome. Australia got hit pretty hard. I mean, not right. I mean, Australia, you had a fire that wouldn't stop, and then coronavirus comes around. What I want to know is, Luke, was the fire and the virus happening at the same time? And is the fire still going on, or is it done? Okay, so the fire is done, and then so you just nonstop getting hit one after the other. Kylie Minogue. I can't forget someone I don't know. Minogue, the singer. What happened to her? Did she die? Oh no, she's still around. I don't see anything bad about her. But she's Australian, right? A pretty Australian girl. Okay, I'll look into that. I'll study on that later. Warren Mike's asked, do you average into position? Only if I foresee the stock continuing looking good. You kind of have to foresee if the movement still looks good. Like say WSR for one. Let's just assume that earlier today that didn't happen, meaning that all this action didn't happen over here. Okay, let's just assume that it's early in the day and it does this, and instead of going down this much, it still continues on up, and there's a spread. Say there's like a 10 to 15 cent spread. In that case, if the volume is still there, I would have to pull out possibly 2/3 of my shares for another entry, possibly found on the daily chart, not too far away. If on the daily chart the next trend line is seemingly far away, I just said that there's like a 10 to 15 cent spread, and let's just say the next trend line is $1 away, and and the volume shows a lot of conviction, then I would just get all out, because the possibility of going all the way up there is pretty high, right? Especially at the time in sales and everything is showing so much momentum and is moving so fast that I'm going to get out full. But if the next trend line is very close, say like 30 cents away, and you have a 15 cent spread, then if I get all out and re-enter, then I'm going to have 30 cent slippage, right? 15 plus 15. So I'm better off averaging in by taking out more than half my shares and entering somewhere higher. Then I can hopefully have a better average and hopefully I'll counter then. But otherwise, I try to avoid double downing. I'll never double down. I'll always take out a little bit more than average, more than half, and then average in. Yeah. Good question, Mike. That was a question I was asked at least 2 times this past week. I don't think you ever see me average in. The only time, most of the time, I just get stopped out too early. Oh, Boucher. Warren Mikes just pinged me in Chinese. I'm so confused right now. I don't even know how to put those accents on the thing. I would have to Google it. TJX is curling down. Okay. JSEC has spotted spot SPOT. Sierra. What's P in NATO? What's P in NATO? Oh, Papa, right. Sierra Papa Oscar Tango. Spot. Some volume right here. He found a resistance at 158.37, so we already passed that, and 159.02, which we're approaching. Definitely don't want it to go. It just went down a bit. TMS Bobby? Rodney? Yeah. That was one of those touch and goes, right? Touch 97 and just go. Well, VLIN wasn't done. Bravo Lima, India in November. It just keeps going down. Pet Q. Pet Q is way out there. Way out at the channel. Recovering from yesterday. Gap close on a daily is 26, basically. Yeah, roughly 26. 26.02. Hey Warren, how do I determine my stop loss? Just low or high a day. Or low, yeah, basically low or high a day. So I gauge my shares according to my stop. I think you've seen this, right? This chart right here. If you want the chart, just PM me or get on the Discord app. And then, so basically, let's see if it zooms in, yeah. So say the stop is 10 cents away from the very bottom, and I'm willing to risk $50, then I have to put in 500 shares. I don't have to, but ideally, that's basically how it's going to work. If I'm willing to risk $500. If I'm willing to risk $200, then I could potentially trade with 2,000 shares. Glare 2,000 shares if there's a stop 10 cents away. If the stock moves, then I remove my hard stop and I just prepare to exit whenever it just doesn't look good. Even if it's red. If it's starting to curl down, except you saw an NVAX, it almost looked bad, right? Because it went back to the top almost. So you have to be kind of careful. In fact, I think it went 1 cent above because it wanted to touch a whole number, right? So I always put my stop a few cents away from the actual very top or bottom. So determining the stop isn't hard. It's determining how many shares I want to risk is the hard part, or how much money. Yeah, no problem. I know a lot of people would just use average true range, but you still have to do the math, right? You still have to figure out how much you're willing to risk. Yeah, FSM short? Yeah, I guess so. But it already moved quite a bit though, didn't it? I don't know. It does look good though. Oh, it's silver. Okay. Yeah, silver could potentially go down. I would keep an eye on PETQ, PETQ, PET IQ, because it's way out there, and it's almost towards the daily gap right here, which is 2602. Look at the amount of volume. So yesterday everybody thought it should go down, and today everybody thinks it should go up. It's ridiculous. PET IQ prices private sale of 125 million. CDE as well. Yeah, CDE. Oh, it's another mining one. Isn't that weird how mining is going up and silver is dipping down? I'll never understand that kind of stuff. It's just all human behavior. It's in an interesting area, CDE. I like the price. And the spreads. Core mining. It's a lot cleaner looking than PETQ. CDE is also kind of at an interesting place. Yeah. CDE is right here right now. Cutting through these two. Touching this here. Around here as well. I'll pass that up. This candle. Just need to have that shape. So right now it's just linear right now. I just wanted to like exaggerate, but you know, if it fades, it'd probably be a good fade as well. Right now it looks like it's struggling, right? It was kind of struggling with the SPY. It has that volume spike, just like SPY did. Okay. What is this one? ADR? Hello. Bitcoin mining? What is this? Volume spike right there. 20,000. It's having a horrible day today. This is what it looks like on 15s. This is 5s. Look at the volume spike on 5s. A little bit, nothing here, but it's been ramping. I don't know what happened to that previous 5-minute candle. And right now it's this huge spike up in volume. $0.03 spread. I'm just wondering, because I don't really like stocks with a whole bunch of dots. Like it doesn't go anywhere. But this thing is nosediving, so I don't know. I'm just gonna watch it. I'm gonna relook at CDE. Yeah, CDE's double topping. Let's see if CAN breaks over the 441 area. Maybe it'll actually come up for once today. This one's kind of fun because there's, well, not really. There's a 3-cent spread. Not that fun, but still. Okay. This is just a bunch of dots. Forget it. PETQ is still growing in volume. Right up there. Can't see it, but you can see these little volume bars here. And it's doing the, what did he say? Eric say? This is a hockey stick. I still think it looks better as a Brachiosaurus. Okay, what is it? It's almost 1. For me, it's almost 1. It's almost 2. So I think I'm gonna call it, guys. It's just getting really boring right now, isn't it? Wix is moving to VWAP. Yeah, Wix did a nice dive there. It's done. Hey, thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, it's Friday. People are probably leaving work earlier. But you know, there's always something at the end of the day. But I don't trade after, I don't trade the last hour mostly. Sometimes it can end up poorly. Worst thing you want is to get a red trade right before the weekend. The very last trade, that is. But we'll see. As usual, if there is something, I may just pop back on. But it looks like we're pretty much done for today. Thanks for joining me, guys. And have a good weekend. And most likely we'll see you on Monday. Hey, you too, Rav. You're very welcome, Bachatero. Thanks for the input on your knowledge. I'll see you, Frost. Yeah, things go sideways, Joe. Later, Warren. Hey, later, Carnan. Bye, Hernan. I'll see ya. Very welcome. See you next time, yeah?